Okay, so we're going to go ahead and get started on our webinar over extractors, some types of extractors, the basic components, some troubleshooting, safety, and maintenance of your extractors. Okay, overview of a carpet extractor. Carpet extractors, they provide quick, efficient cleaning, come in all shapes and sizes, can be heated or non-heated, have a varying price ranges. Carpet extractors can be used for carpets, light or deep cleaning, automobile detailing, furniture cleaning, including upholstered, rug and mat cleaning, spot cleaning, interim maintenance, or water removal. Carpet extractors should be used after vacuuming. Removing surface soils before extraction will produce better and final results. Types of extractors are spot extractor, self-contained extractor, box type, a walk-behind, riding or stand-on, and a truck mount extractor. Overview of the spot extractors, not used for large areas, easy to use and it's portable, usually weighs between 15 to 20 pounds, used for spot cleaning stains on upholstery or auto detailing. Most are available with a cart or a shoulder strap. I've seen a few of those. Available with hot or cold water options. Self-contained overview. These are more of your non-battery electric plug-in ones, but are just a little bit bigger, and you can use for like small office areas, kind of like a pull-behind extractor. This machine's it requires little training to use. Best, of course, for smaller areas or wide open areas. Quarter-door battery. Battery units increase productivity. Brush used for agitation. Average gallon tank hold is about 8 to 10 gallons. These are your box types of extractors. Most of them have like a hot water feature to them. Better performance and more power than a self-contained. Bigger pump, bigger tank, increases productivity. Average water holding tank is about 15 gallons. Less parts means less cost to keep the machine working. Better for obstructed area cleaning and stairs. Usually comes with a wand system. No brush. Wand is used to agitate the dirt, like I said. More training is required for this machine. Then we come to your walk-behind scrubbers, self-propelled. Usually used for commercial use. Cleans carpet and upholstery. Some training is required. They are battery-powered. The brushes, again, are used for the agitation. And your average tank, clean water holding tank, is about 20 gallons. Now we go through the riding and the stand-ons. Some of them are, like this picture here, is a stand-on Clark carpet extractor. Some of them are rider carpet extractors where you can just sit on there and steer and drive around. Usually used for industrial or commercial use. I see a lot of them in hospitals. Cleans carpet and upholstery. Used for large areas. You need more room to store as well. Training is required on these machines. They are battery-powered. Brushes and or rollers are used to agitate. Your average clean water tank is about 30 gallons on these machines. Now we get into your truck mounts. Truck mounts, carpet cleaners are installed in vans or trucks, of course. Easy to set up. Usually more powerful than a standard extractor. To use, of course, park the van or truck near the premises and connect the vacuum hose and solution line hose into the machine. Then bring the hoses into the building and connect a carpet cleaning wand to the end of the hoses. Now we get into the heat versus cold water extractors. Grease and oil hold dirt to the carpet. Heat is needed to remove the deep-seated dirt or stains, but some carpets need to be treated with cold water. Hot water extractors are good for synthetic fibers, carpet with deep-seated grease stains. Cold water extractors are good for natural fiber carpets, example like wool, heat may shrink or alter the fibers and that type of carpet. Stains that are colored. Heat may cause the pigment to spread and soak further into the carpet, so it's a good idea to use cold water. Restorative extraction versus soil transfer extraction. Restorative extraction cleaning, used for deep cleaning, will need to allow time for the carpet to dry. Water is sprayed directly into the carpet, and the solution is agitated deep into the carpet fibers by the brush. The vacuum shoe recovers the dirty solution out of the carpet, more or less like your walk-behinds or your pull-behinds. Your soil transfer extraction, for visible soils, light cleaning, carpet will dry quickly. Water is sprayed directly onto the rollers, not the carpet. Vacuum shoe recovers water from the rollers to leave them damp. The damp rollers agitate the carpet and the soil transfers to the rollers. Then hot rinse water is sprayed on the rollers and extracted from the rollers by the vacuum shoe. So it's spraying onto the brushes. The brushes are getting wet is actually what is agitating the floor and the carpet and everything like that, and then it is directly being sucked off the brushes. Your extractor systems, a carpet extractor consists of three major systems. Your solution system, the solution system consists of a tank that holds the water, your cleaning solution, a pump, and a discharge hosing or nozzles, like your spray jets. The solution system's purpose is to saturate the carpet fibers. Your next one is the agitation system, or brush, or wand. The agitation system is either a motorized brush which agitates the solution and the carpet fibers, or a wand nozzle that is manually moved across the carpet to loosen the dirt. Then, last but not least, your recovery system. The recovery system consists of a vacuum nozzle, a vacuum pump, and a recovery tank. The recovery system's purpose is to extract the dirty solution from the carpet fibers. Now we get into your power sources. As you can see as the pictures, you've got a corded machine and or a battery machine. Home models will have a single electrical cord. More powerful professional portable units will sometimes have two cords, one for the heating capability, or be battery operated. Truck-mounted units have gas-powered engines. They pack more of an extreme power. It comes at a price with the added expense of gas to run the units. Now going over some troubleshooting, we have, troubleshooting for your recovery issues. You want to first check the tank. Tank is full. Empty the tank, of course. Check your vacuum shoe. Check the vacuum shoe for clogs. Use a wire hanger or a screwdriver to remove any clogs. And of course, if it's damaged, replace it. Check the gasket and recovery lid. Check the lid is on correctly and not damaged. If damaged, replace it. Check the gasket for a tight seal or damage. If it's damaged, replace it. Around your recovery lid, you have a recovery lid gasket. C. Check your drain hose. Check your drain plug for tight seal or damage. If it's damaged, replace it. Check the hose for cracks or damage. If it's damaged, replace it. Some more recovery issues. Check for a clog in the vacuum hose. Remove the vacuum hose. Place hand over opening to check for suction. If low suction, remove the hose and look for a clog. Check the hose for cracks or damage, holes, anything like that. Remove the squeegee and flip it over. What you want to do is remove the vacuum shoe. Check your shoe for debris too. Your ball float inside your recovery tank. Shake or tap loose the float. Sometimes the little ball in there gets stuck. Check for debris around your float cage. Remove any debris. If the float is stuck or damaged, fix or replace the float. You can also check your vacuum motor. Check the carbon brushes. If they're worn, replace them. Replace the vac motor if the vac motor doesn't come on at all. Now we're going to look into some brush issues. Check your brush. Check the brush for debris or damage. Remove any debris. Replace it if it's damaged or it's worn. Depends on how many times you use your carpet extractor. Check the belt. Check the belt is positioned correctly. If it's out of place, reinstall. If it's damaged, replace it. Check your brush switch. Turn on the machine and use the voltmeter to test for power to the brush switch wires for power. If the brush switch is receiving power, but brushes don't turn on, switch may be bad. So replace the switch. Then we go down to checking your brush motor. Turn on the machine and switch the brush. Use the voltmeter to test the brush motor wires for power. If the brush motor, again, is getting power down to it, but it's not turning on, you might have a bad brush motor. Now we can go into some solution issues. Check the tank. If the tank is empty, fill it up. Check your solution filter. Check your filter for debris clogging the solution filter. Clear any clogs. If it's bad, you might want to replace it. Check the lines to the solenoid. Turn on the machine and set to release solution. Disconnect the hose on the tank side of the solenoid valve. If there's no solution flowing to the valve, clear the clog or replace the hoses. Check your solenoid valve. Turn on the machine and set to release solution. Disconnect the hose on the other side of the solenoid valve. Check if no solution flows through the valve, like if it's not opening. If the solution won't flow through the solenoid valve, test power to the solenoid. Again, get your leads down to the solenoid wires and check for power. Test power to the solenoid. Use the voltmeter leads to test the solenoid valve wires. If it is receiving power, but it still does not have water flow, your solenoid is bad, means it's not opening. If the solenoid is not receiving power, your control board may be bad. So you're clicking on your control board there saying, okay, it's time to open. It's not opening. Now we'll go over to some safety features for the extractors. Do not leave the extractor plugged in when you're done using it. Always unplug when not in use and before servicing as well. Always store indoors. To avoid electric shock, do not expose it to rain. Inspect the cords for damage before each use. If the cord is torn or damaged, replace the cord before using. Do not unplug the cord by pulling on the cord. To unplug it, pull at the plug. Keep loose clothing, hair, fingers, and all other parts of your body away from any operating or moving parts. Turn off all functions and controls before unplugging. Could damage the switch. Do not use it to pick up flammable or combustible liquids such as gasoline or anything that is burning such as cigarettes. Now let's go over some daily maintenance for the extractors. Always drain and rinse the recovery tank and the solution tanks. Flip over your carpet extractor. Inspect the brushes for debris. Remove any strings or debris caught in the brush. Prolongs the life of your brush. Inspect the vacuum shoe and drain hose for obstructions. Clear or rinse if needed. Inspect and clean the float assembly. Simple enough to pull out of the machine. Clean it off if there's any debris in there. Replace it if it needs replaced. Inspect and clean your solution filter. Inside the tank you should have a solution filter that the solution line connects to at the bottom of the tank. Always inspect that guy. Inspect the electrical cord for any cuts or abrasions. Leave the cord coiled when not in use, or, of course, strapped to your machine in its proper spot. Wipe down your extractor with all-purpose cleaner or a damp cloth. It's always a good thing to keep it clean. Now we've got some preventative maintenance. Semi-annual or quarterly preventative maintenance will keep your equipment running smoothly. You can perform preventative maintenance yourself or dispatch a technician to do it for you. The next two slides show some examples of maintenance schedules. There's a maintenance schedule right here for you. Of course, you come over here and you see your maintenance task on the left-hand side. Now on the right-hand side, you've got daily, weekly, and yearly. These are just suggested times as to when you need to perform your maintenance tasks. Expect the plug and cord for damage, of course, daily. Daily empty the tank and rinse the vacuum hoses and everything out. Keep it clean. Clean debris from the wands or the brushes. Replace them if necessary, of course, daily. So you can go through there and read those and kind of get a gist of what you need to be doing daily. You know, what can be held off yearly, what's good to do weekly. Your battery or your self-contained or your ride-on scrubbers, here's examples of what we need to be doing daily, weekly, and yearly on these guys. Of course, charging the batteries daily is recommended. Empty and rinsing the tanks, of course, keeping it clean. Clean the debris from the brushes or anything that's necessary. Expect your vacuum hoses. You can do those on a weekly basis. Clean debris from the filters. I.e. your solution tank filters and stuff. Check your gaskets for wear. Usually those don't go bad very quickly. You know, one thing yearly that you can be doing is checking your carbon brushes on your motors. In summary to our webinar, there are a few types of carpet extractors, being spot, self-contained, box type, walk behind, riding or stand on, truck mounted, heated, and non-heated extractors. Basic components of extractor include the solution, agitation, and recovery system. We did some troubleshooting, identifying and help resolve recovery brush and solution issues. We went over some general safety rules that should be followed when operating your extractor. And we did some performing the daily, semi-annual, and quarterly maintenance. An easy way to keep your extractor working correctly and lasting longer. So once again, my name is Keith, and I am a technician with USA Clean. I really appreciate you guys attending. Thank you for watching. If you have any general knowledge questions on your carpet extractor, you can always give us a call at 1-800-USA-CLEAN, or you can visit us at the web at www.usaclean.com. Thank you for attending.